like, how you feeling? How you feeling about the events of today?
Just fucking. I don't know. I guess since we scheduled a particular time, man. My body
Yeah,
just want to sleep, man. Seems like it. Just every time. If you can put a date and time on it, I want to sleep during that
yeah, for
particular
sure, for
event,
sure.
man.
Yeah, I'll try to get a better schedule going with everything. We tired now. We're gonna be at home a little bit more often, and we got responsibilities still. So I get it. I get it. I get it, man. But yeah, man, I was you know, I I'm kind of relieved. I'm relieved because I was tired of going into. Oh, in case nobody, wait, time out real quick, real quick. We might have to start this over. I don't know if you even want to talk about anything like layoffs or all that stuff.
Yeah, I'll
All
talk
right,
about it. I
yeah.
don't care, man.
Oh,
We should. Shit, I was counting it down. If y'all might have heard the last episode, and I was ready for all that
oh, you
government
was ready for it, huh?
assistance, man. I was ready, man. I was just counting it down, like, come on,
Shit, that's our money
please.
anyway. I mean, hell, that's what we pay. We pay
Hmm.
taxes, man. They just giving back what we put in. Every
All them damn taxes they take out
Yeah,
them checks we was making, and yeah, when you make all that overtime, people like once you go over what
it's over 40,
50
over 40
hours or
hours.
something. Oh, so yeah, once you go over 40, man, they tax the
Yeah,
shit
I
out
don't
your
think I saw a lick of
paychecks.
overtime. Honestly, I think, I mean, the checks were definitely a little bit more abundant than they were with just being 40 hours. But I mean, with what I was making in overtime, I mean, I should have had a lot more. But even with me being married and all that and having a child, and if you're married, they might take out. I think it's 25% if you're single, and like goes down to 15% if you're married filing jointly. But I still didn't see much of that money. So I don't know.
Yeah, saw that, man. And didn't we have a war over this before? The no taxation
Something like
without
that.
representation. They be
Yeah.
eating that
And
shit right up. I be I I just be wishing, I was like, damn, I wish I just made like 32 and could work 40 hours or
if it was
whatever.
that simple, I mean, I'm sure.
But yeah, they rape this shit out them checks, man. Once you start getting over that 40,
Yeah.
ain't even worth
Yeah.
it.
And you just busting your ass for kibbles and bits. But you know what? I mean, there's a
Yeah.
positive to it because honestly, man, I felt like I was walking around that shop with a ball and chain, and I was just waiting for him. Like, what you gonna do with me, man? Like, I was like, basically, just I would have been happy if I kept the job, but at the same time, the way they were treating us, I just was like, just let me know what you trying to do with me, put me out my misery, so I can go. Because I had plans, I have plans. I had a B and a C plan, but you know, they they just dangling like, hey, you might be fired, you might not, and everybody one by one dropping like flies.
Yeah. Singing old Negro spirituals and just like let our people go, man.
It was really, it was. He's not exaggerating,
you
people.
know,
It was really that bad.
like, man, you can only wipe this wall so many times.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know I don't know how many tools I scrubbed or how many uh, um, air hoses I detailed. I mean, how many times I did them? Like Jesus.
And I mean, they really wanted you to like just keep doing the same shit. Like, you can't sit there and get 8 hours. They like really wanted you to be
Yep.
adamant. They was adamant about making sure you was doing something. They ain't give a shit if you was sweeping,
Yep.
wiping the same spot.
I mean, yeah, that's. I was just in a daze, man. I mean, I was literally walking around trying to find something to do. It was that bad. I mean,
Yeah, I detached, man. I detached and stopped giving a shit. Like, man, just
yeah.
write me off,
And
man.
even with that, even having said that, it's like when what I have a problem with is when, and this is a very true statement, when the government comes in and steps in and says, hey, we're gonna supply some relief, for the citizens, and then people are so negative about it. They say, oh, don't take that money, or oh, how can you take that money, like you're just gonna have to pay it at the end of the year. And I'm like, now I need to read into the tax laws, but how can people be so negative about that? Like the government is just handing you over some money to help you out to pay your damn bills and to keep you afloat during these times of a huge crisis. And people are just so ungrateful about it. And I understand. I'm I'm sort of a conspiracy theorist with this. I kind of understand where people are coming from on that side of the spectrum. But are you mean to tell me when that $2,400 or $2,900 hits your bank account that you're not gonna be like, "Whew, wow, thank you,"
Yeah, they need to just turn it
or
back in,
go
man.
ahead and give it to a family member that needs to use it? Shoot, give it to me.
But shit, I ain't got it like that. I was like, shit, I want everything y'all got to
Turn down
offer,
twenty
man.
nine hundred dollars. I will gladly take it off your hands. Go ahead, come on.
But yeah, I've seen all that, man, and I don't know, bro. People
The
just
energies are
weird,
off,
man.
man.
And yeah, they watching all these news and looking at these maps, and we got this many cases and this many people died, and then they killed me with the
Yeah,
vaccine
really.
thing too, man. Talking about they got about the nanobots and the
Yeah,
vaccinations and shit. Like, bro, like, I mean, if they gonna do that, what the fuck you gonna do about it? You
not
gonna
a
go
damn
rogue?
thing.
You gonna go? You gonna be like what Ted Kaczynski? You gonna go try to live out in the
Hell no,
woods and
because
shit
they
and
still
go
relying on that damn check.
bomb some shit up? Yeah, and I mean, if the government got you, I mean, they can check everything on your phone. They can track down where you been at with your credit
Yeah,
cards. I mean, bro, if they really wanted to find you and know what the fuck you doing, they
bruh.
gonna figure
Homeland
it out.
Security has been just cruising through my neighborhood the past 2 months. Anybody that they have been looking for, they know where you live. They just haven't had the time to get you when you're in a stagnant situation such as we are in now. Now they know where your house at. They know where you reside. They're just gonna come and pick your ass up. You might as well just get in the car. I mean, they're actually gonna knock on the door and just say, "Hey, just come on out, man. We already know you're here." It's just so I don't want to hear nothing about, you know, you trying. People are trying to you know disband. Yeah.
Chip you. What is it? Chip you, and we got the
Oh
new
yeah,
world
all that
order
stuff.
going
I
on.
mean,
And it's like, what y'all thought the old world system was work great? Like, bro, this shit is a trap either way.
apparently so. I mean, they've been tapping us, bugging us. Now here's where I do draw the line with because I'm somewhat pragmatic, but I do understand. I do have my own theories, and I do think the government wants to have somewhat more of control on the people during this time. Number one, if you notice the
Well,
crime rate is down. It has been down, but domestic violence crime has been up. I mean,
mhm.
just take each other out, and they're just like, and they want the people. They want to give us this money, so we can rely on them a little bit more. I am very hesitant about that. I have been in the past, and I will continue to be. But I'm also a realist, and right now we got laid off. My family needs a little bit of support. It's our money anyway. Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, buddy.
Shit.
I mean, coming from the projects, you take everything they give, bro.
So if the people don't know right now, Antonio and I come from different sides of the spectrum. So, I was always on the lower middle class spectrum growing up in the 90s. I was born in 87, but in the 90s I was on the lower middle class. And, Antonio, he grew up in the projects, so I was on a little bit higher end of the spectrum, but either way, the system kind of had us fucked from the get-go anyway.
Fucked either way, yeah. So, but yeah, shit on fucking. But yeah, man, like if like we already live in a little mini communism sort of state any damn way.
More like,
So
yeah,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know. People act like they completely free to do
Yeah.
some shit. Like, bro, if you that free, like, go jump in that car without a license, without secure insurance
Yep.
on the thing. Try to go hunt without a license. Try to fish without a
We'll see
license.
how far you get.
Like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that you think is free, and it's like, nah, it ain't free, bro. You gotta have permission from the government, big brother,
Like,
like, nah, son, you gotta give
you
us
gotta
that
give us a cut
cut.
of whatever you trying to get for free. Nothing is free in this world. Not a damn thing.
Or you gotta pay for it one
And
way or
you
the
know what?
other.
You know what's funny? See, these car dealerships, I noticed something. I mean, 0% interest for 84 months, and they'll pay the first 3 months of your bill or whatever the kind of deal it is. People about to be out here buying Corvettes with money they don't have. They about to be out here financing cars because they getting it for 0% interest, basically only maybe a few hundred down, and they about to be driving Corvettes in this winter wonderland, Minot, North Dakota. It's crazy, man.
Well, it's I mean, we'll probably get hit with a snow a couple
Yeah.
times, but they gonna be out here and and they Corvettes and
Goddamn Lamborghinis and all that,
just
whatever the hell. Who got a Lamborghini in North Dakota?
Lamborghini. I don't know. I think I seen one before. Shit, the coolest car I saw out here recently was it was like a Mitsubishi GTO, and
Okay.
the steering wheel was on the opposite side, and yeah, I was like, oh shit, that shit was
Well,
fly,
that
man.
is a fly ass car, but if you still driving around in a Prius or something of that nature, or any two wheel drive car, you need to upgrade. Get you a 4-wheel car, man, because take advantage of this 0% down while you can if you still got a car
Oh,
like
look
that.
at you tell them to jump in the trap,
Might as
man.
well. Might as well.
You put that whole stimulus check on that car.
All on it. I mean, shit.
Stimulate the shit out the economy, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I got home. I was pacing back and forth. So many thoughts went through my mind, man, and I was thinking about something today too. I was like, damn, man, like, what about the people who haven't gotten it yet? What about the people who are very desperate to need this money right now? What are they gonna do?
Shit, there's some people ain't even gonna get it.
Exactly. So imagine. Yeah,
And
go ahead.
then
Go ahead.
imagine and also imagine, that you ain't getting none of this money, and you out there. And then that's another thing. People that are actually working right now, like if you work in a store and this and that, man, like those people deserve extra money.
You
And
think
then
so?
on top of that, and on top of that, if you go into like McDonald's or the
Right.
grocery
Right.
store, like do you really think these people got some kind of sick pay, or
Hell no.
like if they get fucked up in that situation where they actually get some, you think that company like give a fuck that they sick or
Nah.
whatever? So they might be spreading that shit.
Damn right.
So y'all better be
They
careful
they
going out
Man,
eating
they
and
coughing
shit.
on all your French fries. They coughing on your Big Macs. They don't give a damn. Now they probably like, okay, you don't want to pay me this. You don't want to pay me overtime. They probably not even getting overtime, even though that's supposed to be legal.
I think some of them are, but like I said, these companies that pay people this minimum wage, shit, they shady
Yeah.
anyway, bro.
Yep. So
They might tell a motherfucker to go ahead and clock on out, but keep working and
Clock on out
shit.
and still work for a little bit.
Yeah, like, bro, they be doing shady shit like that, bro.
Man.
So, but yeah, and then on top of that, man, like, I don't know, like, something's got to change in this country. But from far as I heard, that this is kind of little Chinese and American, what production, not production, yeah, looking for a new producer,
Really?
America. So instead of everything saying made in China, it might, it's gonna say made in somewhere else from here
I
on
don't think
out.
that's gonna smooth it over with the people in this damn uh, state. So state. I'm sorry, this country. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Made in China,
It's gonna have to,
man.
man. I
Shit,
mean, we ain't gonna be
we not
making it
making shit.
because shit, we sitting at home, but the only we do like to make war though.
Yeah, that's true. That's damn true.
We we very proficient and good at that.
Lord,
Like we need to go free some shit up now.
I don't know. I mean, the last time we need to get out of the business of war. I mean, we've been doing it countless times for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's just ridiculous, man. I mean, come on, man. We need to invest in other ventures. We need to broaden our horizons.
Yep. Go to that space war. Just
Shit, I should.
make up some alien race
Yep,
and let's get to war, man.
yep. Let's start fighting some imaginary alien beings like we have been too. I mean,
It's gonna get there. It's gonna get there.
you know what? I should have volunteered for the Space Force, but I'm injured, so I probably couldn't do it. But I mean, if I would have waited a little bit longer, if I still would have stayed in the military, I would have volunteered for the Space Force to be a part of that imaginary force, and it probably would have been a hell of a lot of fun too.
Yeah, you really think you was gonna be Will Smith in
of
Independence Day, didn't you?
course I
Out here
would. Shit.
fight aliens and shit.
You don't think I'd make a great Will Smith, bruh? I got the mustache for it. I already know that. So
Yeah, but it probably end up being like aliens and shit.
it fuck around, it'd be real. And be like, oh damn, these things really
Yeah,
exist. Oh shit.
yeah, and they already contaminated the ship, and everybody is fucked.
Well, time out. Let's confirm some shit real quick because I want to make sure. Now, are we really saying that there is no life outside of this in the outer atmosphere in space? There is no other life forms? Because I mean, I'm
I
back and
believe
forth with
so.
it.
Yeah, I believe like if I'm alive, shit, I'm sure some other shit going on, but it's at the same time that shit ain't hostile, ain't nothing coming here trying to attack us. Which
Now,
then you you
okay.
know you got your little black and men in black type deal. So I'm not 100% sure because the government ain't gonna like officially say, yeah, we had hostile alien. And when I say alien, I don't mean like Mexicans or whatever y'all be thinking. MS-13 ain't trying to come to your house to rape you,
We're not
to
talking about
to
illegal.
sell
Yeah,
you
we're
drugs and rape your white women and shit like that. We ain't talking about no Berber headline news. We mean like actual other life forms
there.
that
You go.
aren't terrestrial to our own. But then again, shit, the Earth might be hollow and it might be a whole sub-Saharan fucking race living under the ground. So who the fuck knows,
They
man?
just
Just
waiting.
waiting.
They just waiting to
They're
come out.
like, this is
Yep.
our time to attack and take over. This,
We about to get everybody while they in their
uh,
house watching
yeah,
YouTube.
the subterranean
Yep. Yep.
dynasty will rule the fucking what would they call it, the ones that see the sky or some shit.
Yeah, we got a whole name like the ones that the ones that worship the golden arches, which is
Yeah, or
McDonald's. I don't
something
know.
like that, something to that effect. Like these,
Some
and
bullshit
of
like that.
course we the overlords that have been suppressing the fuck out of them. So they
Yeah.
ready to take
They
over.
already they yeah, they got an attitude with us and shit.
hmm And maybe,
Yeah.
that's where the dinosaurs went, or what is it? One of the mines disappeared too, so they might be one of these underground races. So,
I mean, that was how many years ago? I mean, man, I mean, if there is they must be a superior being. I mean, and they must have been generating offspring and implanting them into the human population human population into the population. It's like what, just maybe by tricklets or trickling or something like that, just a few of them, and then they still living on the ground. I don't know, man. I
but
don't
we'll
know.
see once
I
they
don't
come
know.
over and not. Well, they ain't gonna knock. They gonna be making a whole lot of noise.
I just think we should be more focused on, well, not more focused, but I mean, our government, I'm not saying I totally trust the government because I don't think anyone totally does, but I'm more worried
Oh,
about,
come on, man. You
them.
gotta trust the government with all your heart, man. You
No
gotta
way,
watch
dog.
Fox
Never
News,
doing it.
man.
No way, man. Not watching no Fox News. I'm not traveling down no rabbit
You ain't gonna
holes.
die for the economy,
Damn
man.
that.
That's very
Nope.
un-American. This y'all
So
country, man. Come on.
listen, I'll defend this country, I'll defend my home, but there are some corruption. There's some corruption and deception. Corruption and deception that's going on in a little bit that maybe it may be unheard of. But it comes out, man. There's some things that I look at that I look at our justice system.
Oh, just
I look
us.
at that and I'm
Just
just like,
us, man.
oh, just us
Hell
system.
yeah.
Yeah, man. And it is very one-sided and it is very biased.
Yeah.
So,
What he's
you
talking
know,
about is color. Like, if you ain't white and upper class, you probably about to get fucked. You gonna take that little plea deal or something,
you know
and
what's
you gonna
funny?
get fucked over,
I'm not
son.
even I'm not even talking about color or race or none of that right now. I'm talking about the hit that, especially what men take versus what women take, because even statistically this is true. Men and women, even for the same exact crime, men get the harsher sentences, men get the harsher penalties, and men have to go to prison longer. Women, for the same crime, they do less time, or they probably are more than likely to get probation. They're more than likely to win in a settlement against the man for the children.
Okay, you
Divorce.
talking about that? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, now with the race and color thing, I try to stay unbiased with
I
that. I
don't.
really try to.
I know I might not be white, but I know white privilege does exist, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. And then on top
Right.
of that, I know that if you have money, you can't get a lure and get out of jail like on bail. Like, yeah, you about to get fucked, son.
I agree with that. There is if you don't have money, it's a little bit
Yeah,
harder.
that
It is a
that
little harder.
public
Yeah.
defender is not working for you.
He working for them dollar bills,
He
y'all. Them
working for that
dollar bills.
system. So,
Yep.
yeah.
And then on top of that, yeah. Well, honestly, man, that's one of the things I look at when I'm talking about justice system or just us system,
Uh,
if you want to refer to it as that.
you think them
But yeah,
them
yeah,
Nazis doing too much, man?
bruh, listen,
Hey, y'all can go after
I
y'all
can't
can
even.
go after him.
I'm gonna say extreme feminazis. Not that if you're a feminist, that's so fine. Be a feminist, whatever. I mean, I don't really support it.
I
Not
know.
because I don't believe women shouldn't have,
I
because
support it
because the
because I will punch you in the face you know if you try to attack me. I will equally beat your ass. So just know
what I'm
I'm all for the equality if that's what it's so down.
allow me to finish what I'm trying to say, bro. What I'm trying to say is I don't agree with this baseline dictionary, Google definition, because it's only it says equality for men and women, but it's feminism. It predicates female and female rights for women, excuse me, and then it says for men as well. But in the case of if a man, it never works out like that. I don't even know how to really explain it. It never works
The
out like that.
female overlords
Like,
want to take over, man. It's, they want that a dominant
listen, let me
power. They tired of the matriarchy or whatever,
patriarchy or whatever the hell they call it.
You've been oppressing them all their life, man. And I'm
I
sure
have
I have.
by
Yeah, me
myself.
and you, man. Me and you, we men.
Lord,
As long as we got that thing
shit.
in our legs, we are a problem.
Listen, man. Okay, honestly, man, I'm gonna throw out something at you. Men and women who commit the same crime, right? So, women, did you know that men are far more than likely to just be random killers, randomly? I mean, men, but we face more societal pressure than women do. I will definitely say that.
Especially being
But
a color,
guess
too.
what?
That adds another whole
Oh
layer
Lord.
to it. So, but
But here's
but
another
yeah,
thing. Women are more than likely, when they do commit murder, it's more than likely to be someone that's closer to them, like a cousin, a family member, like I said, or a spouse,
I think that's for
or
men
anything
too,
like that of
man.
that nature.
Men get molested. We don't talk
Oh, it
about.
is for men too, but
They don't talk about
oh
it
yeah.
because we ain't gay, bro. But yeah, it's
Now here's the thing. I'm not saying that men, because that is true for men too, but it's just that when women do commit murder, that's the more than likely the case. And then, like, how I look at it is this: I know personally I haven't been oppressing anybody. I mean, we worked around
that's what
females,
you think, man.
even at our
Because I
job.
thought the same thing, and I read some shit, and yeah, if you're a man, you're a problem. The feminist.
Well, okay, yeah. And before the people get upset,
Oh,
at my
they
statement,
already
here's what I
upset.
want
They
to predicate
already
it on.
upset, man.
Oh,
Soon as you said
I know, but I'm gonna give them
feminazi,
an example. Yeah, I'm gonna give them an example though. Screw it, I'm gonna give them an example. I saw this post on Facebook about 3-4 days ago. This lady went on Facebook, and I won't disclose her name or anything like that, but what she said was, she said that all women should have should have the right to give their children their last name and not the man. And she said because women carry the baby for 9 months and they do most of the work.
all women,
And I
all
said,
women, whether
all
you
women. She
married or
said
not,
no. She said no man, no man.
no man. So no, yeah.
That's some riveting shit. That's some riveting ass shit. Riveting ass shit right there.
Mm.
Like, to me, I was laughing my ass off. I said, "What the hell kind of
Hey,
she really?
she's
She's a
serious.
man. She a
She's
man hating.
serious, bruh. She's serious. That
Damn right, she's serious."
feminazi role, bruh. All them kids should have that
So
last name. Now, I
I
would
should have
get
said
it,
something, but
if you're a single mother, yeah, but and even if you not, not even such a single mother, like maybe if the man, well, that's I'm gonna say something about that. Just you women, y'all gotta make better choices with these fathers, cause some niggas just want to hit it and quit it, man, and they don't care if they knock you up and chase them down for child support or whatever kind of
yeah,
game they got, but yeah, it's
yeah.
guys out there, they some straight up pieces of shit, and those be the ones getting all the girls, man.
The taste in men have to change, and it starts with the father. I think
They
if the women forgave their
upgrade your
fathers,
taste and forget, yeah, like he talking about, let that past shit go, like
well, what I'm saying is that they need to actually call their fathers and not forgive them, but
come understand them,
forgive their father,
to let
and
that
mother.
shit go.
Yeah,
And
and actually grow a relationship with them. No matter how hard it is. Like, say, hey, you was a piece of shit now, but I'm a
yeah,
grown person now. Like, forgive them, man, and then because the men y'all pick today, ladies, for y'all to be complaining like, I ain't never been like that. I've never, I'm a family man now. I've had my time in the past, but y'all be picking some of the men that y'all pick is like, I wonder Because if your fathers were the same way, because you are what
Product of the environment.
you are what you're attracted to, and you're product of your environment, product of your mom and dad and how they raised you. But that's why you got to forgive your mom and dad and actually pick a better man, because y'all lay down with some of these scrubs,
Hell
man.
yeah,
These
man,
scrubs.
shit. You seen his NBA 2K on career mode record though?
Yeah,
Or the Madden skills? Yeah,
yeah.
shit, that's all the reason to sleep with that dude, man. Somebody got to give him some, bro.
Oh
But
Lord,
yeah,
man.
but on a serious
I
note,
think
you
it's.
right. And I'm gonna add a little something for you, ladies, and this goes for men too.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, don't get in no relationship. Be with yourself and love yourself. Like, figure out, like, look in the mirror and be like, do I love that person I see? Because if you really loved yourself, you would not be getting with no piece of shit like that. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, like,
True that.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, be picky as fuck. Like, hey, if you don't like how them teeth sit in his mouth, don't fuck with him. If you seen him kick his dog, and it's stirring up some emotion, don't fuck with him.
I don't know about
Hey,
all that. Don't be
I'm
kicking
talking
no
about
dogs.
whoever. Like, you mess with somebody, if there's some kind of character flaw that you see,
Some
yeah,
quirk
because
in them.
we are, you know, some people might say some shit, but their actions reflect a whole other thing going on. So y'all
Well, of
make sure
course,
y'all
yeah,
like
but
scope all that out before you start producing children. Cause you're gonna produce, if you
yeah.
already in some toxic shit, you're gonna produce more toxicity, and those kids gonna hate you and whatever, that piece of shit that you laying down with, that wanna play Madden fucking all day and night and shit.
All
And
damn
then eat up my little Juju, fucking drinking his juices and eating his little Teddy Grahams and shit. Like, man, get you a dude that's upright, stand like an upright dude. Like,
that can actually fix
yeah,
something
a
around the
role
house,
model,
man. That
something.
can actually do some
Cause
shit.
me coming from a single mom, like, I looked up to a lot of pieces of shit. So, and that's not a good mindset for anyone to have. I had to fucking pull
Yep.
myself up out of all that and reflect, like, hey, just because I came from this environment, I don't have to keep it. And I mean, even now, you fuck with me, it's all gonna come out, you know, or if we go get,
Right,
like, if
right.
me and you go out north, that niggerdom is gonna come right out, and we might go to jail that night.
See, I'm not going to jail. I mean, if I got money, I might bail you out, but I'm broke right now. So listen, you don't be
Hey,
doing
we
no
gonna
niggerdom
go
around me
together, man, because
with
we
this.
gonna be drunk. Everything gonna
I'll be
everything
drunk
gonna
with you. That's
sound like a
fine, but
great idea, and then I'm gonna wake up.
see.
I'm gonna wake up the next morning in the prison cell, and I don't know what the fuck happened, man.
Nah, I'm not easily influenced,
But
man.
yeah, I'm
I
just
ain't.
joking. But
Fuck that.
for real, I'm kind of not joking at the same time, because yeah, that might tend to happen, especially if
Jokes are
we
50%.
start
Jokes are
drinking
50%
that
true, man.
brown liquor, man. Whew, it's gonna be some.
Shit. I'm see people gonna listen to this, they're like, man, Norris ain't like even I grew up differently. I'm not like, oh, he ain't like really
Oh,
black. Like,
bruh.
listen, man. I don't like Hennessy. I never did. Okay. I'll take a shot of it just because it's some alcohol to drink, but I never liked the taste of it. And black people, they always
You
judge
don't
me and say,
like
oh, you don't like
cognac? You
Hennessy,
don't like
man. Something
cognac?
wrong with you. I sip some cognac.
The
Cognac is a little different than
The
Hennessy, though. It's a
longest
little bit
you
different.
with your cognacs and your brandies and shit.
Shit, man. I just don't. I'm tired of being judged for my views. That's one thing that I don't like with people going through something or when people want to have a view. Look, like, here's my thing. If you black and you supporting a political leader that no one else of your same race likes, I understand the race that doesn't support that political leader. But you can't just hound and hate that one guy that doesn't fall in line with everybody else. Like, how are we gonna conduct ourselves in a democracy if we can't even say that, hey, well, we don't agree on something, that's okay. Like, I don't
I know
understand
we
it.
should
I
all
really
just
don't
be
get it.
like, we need to go burn that shit down and start over. Personally, because you know, 2-party system. Look where we at.
Two parties, bro. We got so many
And
independent parties, and there's so
don't nobody
everything
pay
has a
no
name on it
attention to them
nowadays.
motherfuckers. As soon as you say voting for the Green
No,
Party, you might as well be voting for Trump or whatever
voting for
hell
the
they be
Green
saying.
Party.
Oh,
If it's the Green Party, I might vote for them because they might be talking about weed, and I would love to get some pharmaceuticals right about now because that would just help me out tremendously with all my injuries and shit.
well, we
well, not pharmaceuticals. What I mean is
yeah,
some weed.
we can just get that anyway. But I mean,
Yeah.
we all gotta um, we all.
In some states.
It's medical here, man. And
Oh
I'm,
shit, you
my
right. That's
back
true.
been hurting and
Damn.
shit. So I ain't got the, the
Yeah.
ID for it, but it's venues and paths we can
I
find.
feel you. Shit. What doctor you went to get that diagnosis? You paid him under the table and like, yo, just classify it as a
Nah, we
lower
just gonna
back
say
strain.
self-medication, but we'll leave it at that because I'm already, I plead the, what is it, the fifth?
Don't worry, I'm not a cop. I'm not gonna out you,
One of
motherfucker. I ain't gonna
one of them
calm
gonna be
down.
hearing like, I might have to go peep him out. Where he live? Where they said they at? They said they in mine up.
They in mine now.
Yeah,
Where the
we gonna
fuck they
figure it
staying?
out.
Now listen,
They gonna start. They gonna see us on the
whatever.
page and shit. Lord,
man. I know. I gotta update
small,
our. Go ahead.
It might seem like a pretty big town, but it's still small, man.
Oh, this hella small, man. I think the population is I think it's 55,000
so
or something like that.
So they
Maybe more.
gonna find us. And it's mostly North.
They ain't gonna find me.
Put me up to all this sort of stuff, man.
Shit. You listen. I'm the guy that when we get pulled over, I'm the guy that speaks more articulately.
Oh man.
Excuse me. And see, when I got pulled over when I was growing up, and in my neighborhood, I grew up. I saved up for my first car. I had a little summertime job, and I actually saved up for my first car. And my dad did help me a little bit, but I saved up for my first car. I bought a large majority of it, so I was the only one out of all my main nucleus of friends that had a car for my junior and senior year. Whenever we went out, they would always tell me, if we get pulled over, just let Norris do all the talking. And I'm like, why? He was like, bro, because you're the only one out of all of us that don't talk black. And I'm like, what? And when I was growing up, I spoke very proper, very proper. My dialect was not of any type of Georgia accent. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You wasn't trying to be trill and shit.
I wasn't trying to be trill. They was, man. I don't know what they. Man, I went to a house party and I was, I actually liked dancing and hanging out, and having fun a little bit. But everybody standing around waiting for. There was 3 girls there talking about this is trill, and everybody want to start shooting. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro?
That is very niggerish. Damn, at least have some women at your party, bro. Whew.
Yeah, 3-4 women in there,
Damn.
at a trap house.
At least the Freaknik had women everywhere, man.
Oh, I wish I was old enough to go to Freaknik.
I bet you I do too. Even though I was in New Jersey, I would have went.
I would have went too. Just to see some boobage and see some
that would have been enough for me right there. All them hormones.
Man. And it was graphic. People was fucking in the street. I don't understand the nature of why all that occurred. I don't know what the purpose of it was. it's like a Mardi Gras, but just raw, like
And
even more raw than a Mardi Gras.
and in Atlanta, bruh, like man, they need to bring that back. But I guess the
It would unite a lot of people.
Rona, like nah, we can't do all that. Man,
Yeah, the Rona is dividing people. That Freaknik would bring everybody back
hell,
together.
shit, what I heard in what was it, Oakland, California? They was having a neighborhood community party or some shit out there. Like, yeah, bro,
Really?
everyone was out in the streets and barbecuing and shit. I was like, I think I saw it on a Facebook Live or something, man. Like they was out there doing the damn thing,
Damn.
man. Just say fuck the Rona, man. We about to party. I'm sure there's plenty of Hennessy and weed out there, I bet.
Probably so. Just fucking on the government's dime.
Hell, I might have went out there and joined too, man. I ain't gonna bullshit you, like
shit.
You know.
Yeah,
let me get me a few shots and hit that blunt a few times, bro. Since y'all just passing it around.
I miss that kind of, like, even though I wasn't old enough to go to events like that, I miss, like,
you'd hear about
the way
man.
The 90s, you hear about it. I miss the way the 90s felt, and like you hear about it and you like only hope but to be a part of that. And then in your neighborhood, you try to recreate it and it just don't come out the same way. I'm like, damn, this, like we ain't nothing but, 10, 11 years old, 12 years old. And talking about Freaknik, we don't know what the fuck going on.
I'm a little older. I was born in 81, so I heard stories, so.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
And you could probably listen to Uncle Luke's podcast because I'm sure he has one. I'm sure he talks all about Freaknik.
Uncle Luke knows all about it. He was an avid participator in that.
Oh man, hell, we might need to listen to Uncle Luke podcast too. Check it out.
I'll pick up some. Yeah, exactly. We need to. That's probably a good idea. I need to, just some stories, man.
You think mine not ready for their own version of Freaknik, man?
Hell
we
no.
Get shut
Are you
down.
kidding me, man?
Damn.
No, man. I mean, hell, they got rid of all the strip clubs like 7 years ago?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember. And
fucking,
no
strip clubs, man. That was I mean, Williston had 2 strip clubs, and it was way smaller than this place, man.
Way, way smaller. And people in this town, I mean, boy, the dudes would go. You'd hear about a bunch of domestic violence after that. If you go to a Freaknik Minot, I mean, it's over if you going home to your significant other, because you're gonna hear about it. They're gonna see you on TV. Like, you can't escape. It's a small ass town, so you're done.
So we can't have Magic City be like the strip club Magic City.
Listen, for fun, I wish we could.
And they call themselves Why Not Mine Not, like, man.
That don't even sound unique or
I'm just
inviting anyway. Like, why not mine not? That sound like an STD welcoming you to an. Why not mine not? Like, why not an STD?
Why not a Freaknik? Why not some strip clubs?
Yeah. Listen, you go ahead and you start a petition, and I'll sign it just for good faith and good measure, because I want.
I don't think we can be doing petitions right now. But if we do it online and we start one, y'all know, I'll turn it in for y'all.
Shit. Go, okay, well, just get some signatures going, man. Tell the governor to start a Freaknik so we can, get everybody
come together. We'll still be at a safe distance, and we can just have a block party somewhere. And just roll over, have us a good old time.
Yep, have a block party at the racetrack.
Fairgrounds, baby. Everyone's welcome,
man.
Whether you conservative, right wing, or a
left
lib,
wing, right
what if
wing,
a liberal
liberal, whatever
cream
the fuck.
puff, or if you just want to, if you just want to burn the government down, I'm shit. You come holler at me too. It don't matter.
I got a. Does it matter if you're left or like? Okay, if you never told me what a left wing, right wing, liberal, because if I never knew what those definitions meant, and then I all of a sudden my ideals are somewhat of a left wing or right wing, all of a sudden I'm an extremist or I'm pro this political leader or pro that political leader. Like, how come we all fit in this damn box? Like, how come I just can't have a view and not support any political party, which is my case?
I don't know, man. You gotta ask those polarized friends of yours, because
I ain't got no polarizing friend. I'm the only polarizing friend you got. Actually, you more polarizing than a lot of my other friends. Because I don't do no podcast with none of them. We just talk shit and shoot the breeze with everybody else. But we're actually talking about some real deal shit. And, I don't know. Sometimes I don't want to speak on what my political stances are. Because I know people are going to get offended. So it's
well,
like,
I'm gonna rub you the wrong any particular thing I put all my energy in. Out none of it, as far as I'm concerned. we getting fucked,
yeah.
and if you can agree with that, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
if
well,
you
fine.
don't,
That's an
and
easy
even
way to
if you
look at
don't
it.
agree with that,
That's a
well,
good way to look at it.
I'll be like, well, see, you go on your merry way and with your perspective and do what you got to do.
You can go get
Yeah.
fucked somewhere else.
And
I mean,
I
that's what it
drove,
is.
like I've
That's what
been
it is.
driving around. Well, not even driving around. There's two
Yeah.
spots where I drove.
Yeah.
And I keep seeing this say no to weather modification signs, man. Have you seen those?
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
so
I haven't seen those. So tell
one
me
of them,
what
no, I'm
you
gonna
think
tell you
those
where
are.
they at. One of them was if you go down Hiawatha,
Okay.
going towards Valley Street, someone on the corner house has
Okay.
one, and then there's another one that's over there. Like I think that's called 20th Ave, where Kmart is. You'll see a big one out there,
Okay.
and it's
Yeah.
over like in front of like Napa Auto Parts or something. Now, as far as I know
Okay.
weather modification is something about HARP and controlling the weather, and they spraying all these chemtrails, which I believe to a certain extent.
Which is another theory. I believe
I
that's
wouldn't put it past.
yes. Yes, that's true.
So, but
I wouldn't put
I
it
don't
past
know how we're
anybody.
gonna
Yeah.
vote no, because I don't know if it's a ballot for it. So there's no website on it, and I was like, vote no. Where the hell I'm gonna vote on this? Because I mean, I don't think we should be fucking with Mother Nature. That's probably why the Rona popped up, is on and popping.
Yeah. That's a weapon
It's
in
on and
itself. I mean,
popping.
on and
Mother
popping.
Nature said, "Fuck this
Listen,
cancer." Like,
I say
let me
this.
start getting rid of them. Getting rid of some of them.
Oh, Rona is a new thing on the block now. But I will say this. I'm unsure about, because if I see that sign, and now that you told me that does kind of freak me out a little bit. But HAARP or HARP or whatever it is, I do believe the government can control somewhat inclinations of the weather and kind of manipulate it. Of course,
they
I
always
do
got
believe
some
that.
kind of technology they don't tell people about, and they
Well, of course they have to. They have to have that. But here's the thing, though. If I hear about that, then I'm also worried about, because you notice how they say, now I don't believe that this 5G is causing all this corona bullshit. What I'm saying is that what's in the fine print is that there are no more dead spots within
network
the 5G wave network. So here's the thing: if there's no more dead spots, that also means there's
coverage.
constant,
You mean
constant
to tell me they know where
coverage,
I'm at,
navigation.
man? Just because I got
They've been new, but now there's but now there's no safe spots. Now there's no, you can't escape it now. You
It's
see what I'm
it,
saying?
it
It's
it's
like
like they put a
it's just
microchip
there no
on
matter
you.
where you're at.
Oh no, if you got that
Not
phone in
yet.
your pocket, that's shit. They hear, they can
It's a
hear
form
whatever
of
you
it.
got to
It's a
say.
form of it.
Oh, I
Yeah,
want
they
them to
probably
hear
hear what
what
we're
we
saying right
saying
now. But
though.
here's the
That's
thing.
a difference.
but here's the thing also. You know, number one, our phones emit so much radiation, and we put our faces to it, and we on Facebook all day. That's radiation already just right in our face. But on top of that,
D-
even if we disband this phone
Where they
and get
left
another
off,
one, they
y'all.
pick right back up. They already got
Whether
us
you
right
Androids
where
or
they left off, man.
iPhone or
So
whatever, bruh, they got you, son.
yeah,
They done listen to you masturbate on the phone with whoever, and they
they've seen you dance naked and eat pizza while jumping on the couch
they know,
naked. They've
yeah,
seen all that
especially if
kind
you
of
got
bullshit
some
you've been
kind of
doing.
cam in the
Trust me.
house or even on the phone, man.
Oh
Like they
yeah.
got
Oh
some
yeah.
back. What's that shit called? Back
Yep.
on. I can't even think of the word, but you know, it's just some kind of
I
little
can't.
driver in your OS system that is it's like a
In the
backdoor, yeah,
okay.
backdoor. That's what it's called, where they can get into that, you know, mic, or they can get into that camera and they can see, or they
Yeah.
can take a screenshot, whatever.
I think
Because you
any
know you
camera.
always see people put the little
Go ahead.
tape over their little laptops, because you know they're about to jack off or
Right. Right. Right.
something. Obviously, I mean that's why you put the little piece of tape on there. You you doing something kinky.
There you go. I think anything with
It's got
Wi-Fi,
an
Bluetooth
operating
capability. I
system.
mean,
Yeah, if it's got an
they can. I mean,
operating,
even
they can
without
put
it,
some
yeah. But
backdoor shit on there.
exactly.
So if you truly want to be free,
There you
like I
go. There you
said,
go.
you need to, you know, put that paperwork in. Tell them you don't want to pay taxes. Go live off the grid.
Yeah.
Get that phone dismantled, and don't have a phone. Just start using that
There you
snail
go.
mail.
Bro, I was considering moving to Honduras, man. I mean, honestly, they got low cases there. They don't, you know, and then on top of that, you know, or even
Man,
hell, I mean, even Mexico might be a better place right now. They
well, you know what they're
yeah,
gonna
man.
say
So
if
I
the
don't know.
Rona
I
don't
don't know.
kill you, the
You know.
gang warfare will.
Well, most likely, but would you rather take your chances there
Oh yeah,
or here? I don't
I
know.
know cocaine's legal
Some people
now.
might choose Mexico.
Shit, there you go,
Oh well,
man.
see, you
Shit,
already got a best
I ain't
friend
no
then, so
cokehead, but you know, we can test, we can try it out. Actually, I think it's all
oh man.
drugs, which you know that's gonna hurt
Yeah.
once the government gets into it, that's gonna hurt all them gangs. But we'll see how that turns out.
Right, right. What a drug trade or drug trade and the drug business is that's been flourishing for many years. So I don't think that that's ever gonna not be a part
That's
of
why
the
I just
game, you know. But
legalize it.
um,
Just
I mean,
legalize it, all of it.
they legalize alcohol, so that's true. They legalize alcohol. They legalized weed now. I mean, they slowly but surely they're gonna start. I mean,
Oh,
hell, prescription drugs. Some of them have opiates and all that. I mean, come on, man. Like, there's so many dangerous drugs you can get legally now. It's ridiculous. So how come just
legalize
legalize?
all of it.
I bet you if they legalize a large majority of
Yeah,
narcotics,
exactly.
that doesn't mean that
And if you
everybody's gonna
worried
do it.
about some
Um,
crackhead running up in your house, we live in North Dakota, so you know you can shoot them. I mean,
Yeah, and the struggle of
well, I mean,
obtaining it
if it's
is going to
freely
be minimum to
available,
none.
I feel
So,
like you know they'll have the other side with it off drugs. They can have that help there for you, and
well, what I mean is that there's no risk reward. It's the flair and the life of trying to obtain it because it's
yeah,
so scarce.
scarce.
Well, it's not really scarce, but
It's
there
illegal to
it's not
get.
scarce.
If you
What I
get
mean
caught
is that
with it, you're gonna get locked
there's so
up.
much Yeah,
which
it's
in
so much
itself
attention.
is fucked up. Yeah, it's fucked
Exactly.
up
So many
that a drug addict gonna
ramifications.
get fucking
Yeah.
put in jail just because he wanted to hit. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Now, if a drug addict is on drugs and he's out there just
Hmm.
killing a bunch of people, well, that's a different story. Even if he was high and don't remember it. But
Yeah,
if you're
you
just a crackhead and you want to be left by your lonesome,
going
and you
to
just got a
prison,
problem,
going
you
to
shouldn't
jail
be,
and shit.
doing
I mean,
80
if you're gonna
years.
go
Yeah,
steal and
you
shit,
need
you're
help.
gonna go steal.
But
You
you
know,
know
you're
what the
gonna
problem?
pay for
Yeah, go ahead.
those that shit.
But see the taxpayers. This is where the problem lies. The taxpayers don't want to
I
pay
know.
for someone's rehabilitation if they're not gonna rehabilitate. So that's where the
Oh,
kind of like catch 2020 right there. It's like, yeah, we can give this guy some help, but there's no funding because the people want to pay taxes to put the dangerous people in jail,
oh
but they also
Lord.
don't want to be
See,
paying for
we
somebody's
just all right.
rehabilitation. They
See,
just
I'm
want them to
about to
die
open
off.
another can of worms.
So
Y'all do understand that, like, prison and all that is a privatized, like, industry. Like, if yeah, I mean, there's still
some are,
state-run
most are,
ones,
some are, yes,
but like in New Jersey and Georgia, those shits are
yes,
privatized. There's people
yes.
in jail that shouldn't be in jail.
Many of them, yes.
They
Yep,
getting fucked. Like we said earlier, if you ain't
of
got the
course.
money, you gonna take that plea bargain or you gonna go to jail, which is a fucked up situation. But if y'all really was concerned about
Damn
people
shame.
using drugs and all this shit, like bro, like I said, we are living in a mini communist country, whether you want to notice it or not. So I'm like, man, let people use whatever drug they
Yep.
want
And
and let them kill themselves off. Or like I said, if
if
they
they kill themselves,
intrude in
let
your
them. But
shit, you shoot them too. Fuck it. Like maybe, that'll balance that law out if you really think a crackhead is gonna come run up in your spot, which I don't know personally, like any people that use drugs, usually they just want to use drugs. But I never seen a crackhead kick down the door and and start murdering, go on a murder rampage and
yeah,
shit.
I
Like
mean,
this ain't Grand Theft Auto, but I
me
mean
personally,
I'm
yeah,
sure crazy shit happens,
no, of
but
course not.
that's an exception. Ain't no pothead gonna be driving
No, I
around
mean,
fucking running everyone over. Cause I'll let you know when I'm fucking stoned. He's that devil's
well,
advocate. Man, I drive straight.
yeah,
When I come up to that stop sign, I wait for it to turn green, all that. I use my blinkers. I make sure the blinker fluid's full.
Lord,
Like, bruh, I'm driving like it's a cop right up on me.
is a unicorn riding right next to you, like fucking. And is it like a bunch
Well,
of
see now
Skittles? If it's raining, is
you
it
talking
Skittles
about
falling from the sky
psychedelics. That's
instead
a
of
whole
actual rain? Or
I I would never drive under that kind of
that's a
influence,
whole
bro,
different thing.
because I don't, man.
Shit.
Because you start getting all them audibles and shit look like it's moving without it even, like, you can look at the stitching in your clothes and you'll be like, this shit is amazing. Just how it's like moving and shit. Like, you get a lot of visuals. So I would not I would not recommend driving under the
Jesus
influence
Christ,
of any
man.
psychedelic, especially if it's to that effect.
I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to drive under the influence of anything. I mean, I've made that mistake once, but I ain't trying to.
I,
No way. But I mean, this. But the bottom line is this: if you do that stuff right, and that's another reason why I would say if you're under the influence or you've been doing drugs and you behind the car and you kill someone, yeah, you still no matter what,
you
yeah, you still need some
responsible.
rehab, but you also need jail time or maybe even life. You responsible. But if you're just out there and you living in a cardboard box because that's what makes you happy when you're doing your drugs and you're not hurting nobody, I'll offer help if I can, but if the state, these people,
Oh man, yeah,
they don't
hell
want to
no. Fuck,
fund these
man. This
programs
country is
for
like
these
fuck them
people. They
poor
don't want to
people,
do
man.
that.
Fuck them.
Fuck the poor, fuck
I'm
the drug
ready.
addicts,
Like I
fuck it.
say, I'm ready to
That's
go
what
to
people
war.
say.
Fuck that. Here, I'm gonna give you all my tax money
You
on
know?
time, cause cause Afghanistan, we need to protect those opium fields, man. They need protection.
Yeah. For sure. You really
We
think the
gotta
opium fields is
gotta
what we need?
fight for that
Okay, you
opium,
know
man.
that's something to fight for.
We so
Jesus
fucking
Christ,
just
man.
and fucking
we need
w-
our
w-
potent
yeah.
pharmaceuticals
We
to
over
just put
here
us
making
further in a
drugs
spell.
illegal, but you know the Afghan war, we gotta protect
Oh
opium,
Lord.
and then you got the CIA, which imports lots of
Oh.
cocaine. They've been doing it since the
They've been,
80s.
man, listen. That,
Have you ever heard of the
don't even get me
Iranian
started. Don't even get me
contraband?
started, man. The Iranian
The
contraband. Well, please do fill me in
that's
because I
basically where
know
they
about
was
a few
getting
others,
the
but
drugs from Honduras, Nicaragua, selling them on American streets, and then they was funding Bin Laden and shit, the
yep.
Taliban, to fight the Russians.
Lord, that very drug. And see, that's what I don't understand. Like how the money from are coming. It's coming from so many different sources and being obtained in so many
Hmm.
different ways from different parts of the country, all in a channel. Like it's like a domino effect, and it's like, how is
Hey,
this connected with the Russians? How is this connected with
it's true
again? Like that
story,
is
man.
just ridiculous. That's the most plagued. This is the most plagued country that I have ever had the
Well,
opportunity to be graciously
it
a
ain't
part of, a
even that.
citizen a
It's
part of,
just,
be
we
a
do a lot of
citizen of.
underhanded shit and try to act like, oh, we went there to free these motherfuckers. Like, no, you went there to protect some
Fuck that,
drugs or
man.
take some kind of resource they got. Like, because other than that, they're like, fuck them people. I don't care. It's just like the poor man and the homeless.
I believe.
Like you, Norris, I'm
Yeah,
surprised you
yeah.
ain't just PTSD'd out and smoking crack. You smoke it. Oh, you
Oh, I
smoke.
am. Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
okay. Like, damn,
I'm not
I
smoking
didn't
crack.
know that, bro.
I'm
Like,
not
holy shit,
smoking
I didn't know
crack.
that. My
There's some
bad,
things.
man.
There, there's some there's some things that I went through in the military. Actually, just it. I won't even really get into that because that's a private issue. But what I mean is that I've been through some things, and depression. This comes
Yeah,
about,
but
anxiety. So I go through all that too.
think about the
This is just
motherfuckers
a
that's really
venting.
fucked up, man. Because this country like does not
Yeah.
give a fuck about people with mental health issues. Like, bruh, like
Oh
because
no,
I
they
mean,
don't.
who
No,
the
no,
hell
no,
wants to be
no, they don't.
homeless? Like,
I mean, if
oh,
you're not a veteran,
even if
they
you
don't
are a
give a. You're
veteran,
right.
they
If you're not a
sometimes
veteran, then they don't
they
give a.
don't care either.
But there's a support system. There's something that the government, but
Somewhat.
somewhat. But yeah, I get what you're saying
But
though.
yeah,
I get what
man,
you're saying though.
that's
I
the
get what you're
problem
saying,
with
man.
our
It's
system is just us. Like everyone is about themselves. And I feel like when you pay
yep.
taxes, bro, you got just as much blood on your hands as whatever fucking politician is making all these fucking back end deals with some fucked up shit in another country where there be some
Well,
pedophile shit, some drug shit. Like I said, this country acts like we're fucking just and high mighty and shit. And the rest of the world sees our bullshit.
but
It's just we don't see it still.
true that.
Well, I ain't gonna say we. I'm gonna just say a certain
Well,
majority of
we're,
people in this country do not see that we
right,
live in a
right.
mini communist state. They don't see all the backhanded shit because
Right.
people don't fucking read shit, man.
Right. Well, we're currently in it though. We're currently in it. Like, here's the thing: if I was offered a position, if I had that type of position, if I was a politician, I might be tempted to make some deals, just for my own benefit. I might
Oh,
be
I'm
tempted.
doing
Doesn't mean
it.
I wouldn't
I'm
do it. But
doing
guess
it.
what? If you don't do those deals, if I know you would. But
I,
what I'm saying is if I didn't have any type of sense about myself, then I'm probably gonna follow suit. And just because, guess what? In order to keep them positions, probably gonna have to do some faulty, some
I
fucked up
don't
shit.
believe that.
You're
If you
probably gonna
gonna
have,
be
you know what I'm
clean,
saying?
you want to be just and shit. Don't put up a front, cause I'm straight up.
Bruh.
If I'm gonna be a politician, like I'm gonna either be for the people, or I'm gonna tell you straight up, like I will sell y'all motherfuckers down the boat without a paddle.
Bruh. Have
Right?
you ever heard of being rain made? Politicians take faulty deals from outside suitors that want to
Oh
build a
yeah.
community or do. That
Hmm.
person that comes to that politician might be a drug dealer. They might be someone that's for the people, but they might obtain their money
They
in
oppressing the
illegal ways.
people.
They
You
go to that
saying?
person, exactly, oppressing, or the people think that they are being saved, but they're really not. That politician that takes that deal,
He's a
bruh,
puppet,
like, guess
man.
what? Now he's implicated. So no matter what, you don't leave the game clean. Every politician that my father or mother or myself has ever supported
Hmm.
never has left the game clean. There's always something that comes out 10, 20 years later after they've already served their
Yeah,
time in
all
office.
of
They've
them.
done some fucked up shit,
I'm
some
gonna say
egregious
most
shit.
of them.
All of
I
them.
haven't looked
All of them.
into all of them.
Well,
Okay.
all the ones that I've supported, and
See,
that really, yeah.
that's
I
why I
mean,
don't waste my
look at all
time
of our
voting on
presidents, man.
anything. I did vote one time for Obama when
That's right.
the first time, because I got caught up in the hype.
Right, right,
Rah rah rah.
right. Well, we were younger
Yeah, I
then.
was
We were
younger.
younger. We were
Well,
younger. But you slowly started to see it didn't matter. You
yeah.
slowly
Well, I
started to see
knew it
what the
didn't
fuck. Why
matter.
did I
I
even vote?
just, I was just hoping for that change, and that pocket change don't help,
Right.
man.
I don't know. I don't know if anything is helping right now, man. People are going
But
crazy as hell.
hey,
It's
like I said,
just,
they
oh
need to
god,
read
man.
up some history, read up about all these back end deals, because bro, some of this conspiracy stuff people talk about, like it comes out like now, like I guess you can find more out about how Martin Luther King was assassinated, the Tuskegee
Right.
experiments, and just like there's a whole plethora of dirty shit that this country did that you can read into, that people
Well,
back then was telling you, and you was calling them crazy conspiracy theorists, and all that shit turned out to be true,
right.
man. And
I'll unveil. I'll unveil something. I forget where I read this at, or it was
this is
actually
on
YouTube. It was on
we
YouTube.
about to get a
It was
hit
a
put
one of
on us.
those.
We talking about too much. Go ahead.
What Lord? Now, yeah, you know what? What? All I'm gonna say is this: we don't know if Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. actually died
He did.
on that
You can read
balcony,
it.
and there might be some people. There might be some people.
He
Yeah,
was
there's some
killed in his
people that
room.
say
Hmm.
that he was actually alive. He was killed in his room, and
Well, I
someone
mean,
came in and put a pillow over his
hey, I
head or something.
mean,
I
when the
mean, I'm like, what
family
the?
can sue the government and say they assassinated him, and the family actually win, you might need to read what happened in there. Like, how did that come about? Like,
How did that even
how
come
did the
about? Yeah,
King
exactly.
family or Shabazz actually sue the U.S. government and win? Because remember, you gotta have a
Right,
lot of evidence
and
to prove
not
this
very
conspiracy theory
well,
about
yeah,
assassination.
and not very many people get away with that. Not very many people get away with suing the U.S. government. I mean, I can count on my hand probably, honestly, because that.
Yeah,
So I
there's
don't know
some.
how it
There you
came
go.
about
There's
or
something
how
to
that
read
happened, but
into, because the government don't just give millions of
you
dollars
know,
away. Yeah.
yeah, it must have been a cesspool, and they would have been. I mean, it would have been to a point where there would have been like government, like the people trying to
Well,
literally
it
take
ain't
over the
even that.
government. Like just
It's
straight, just
just
crime out
King
the
had
roof.
he had
Well,
he had
the riot.
the people behind
Go
him.
ahead.
They had to pop that shit out.
Well, the riots alone. Yeah, the riots alone. And remember, there were still riots, especially even after Malcolm X's. But The riots
It's
alone,
not,
that's
man.
probably wasn't even half of the damage that could have been done if that report could have got out. Now remember, when the government
Your
pays you off, they
silence.
also
They want you to be
paying you to shut the
quiet.
fuck up.
Cause
So
on top,
your
speaking of that
silence,
too, then you got the Black
yeah,
Panther Party, which, what is it? J. Edgar Hoover.
yep.
He
Oh
had
Lord,
all those little
oh
shady
boy,
operations going on, and I mean and then Black
yep.
Panther Party was just. I mean, I'm sure they had some. I don't think they were tarnished as much as people think. I haven't fully read everything, but there's Black Panther Party figures still locked up
Right.
now on death row that got set up.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
bruh, all they wanted to do was protect their communities. Like they came up with the whole idea of WIC, man. Like, yeah,
Really. Oh yeah, they did. I'm sorry. Yes, I
people
did.
talk
They did
about
do that. Yes, they did.
like I guess well, they don't call them crackheads now. They call them what they call them now. It's like a medical term now. Like they have an addiction problem or something like
Uh,
that to that effect. Once
yeah,
started
they're
becoming
drug.
meth heads and
Right. Right. Right.
crackheads, they the terminology of, but yeah,
Right.
they was just basically trying to
Well,
feed the children of all these drug stricken families, man. Like here,
right. Well, you know what's funny? You know the interesting point to that is that back even my father told me this in the
okay.
40s because my dad was born in 45, so he's an oldie. But he said when he grew up, black people were
Mm-hmm.
actually far more civilized growing up in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Guess what? The white people, many Caucasian people were doing them drugs, and guess what? They said we can't be having none of these. Much of the government saw these mixed babies starting to come about a little bit. They saw that black people were owning
Back
land. They
down.
said we got to get
Mm-hmm.
black people to get on some drugs. Yep, and right back. And my dad said that's exactly what happened.
Man.
He saw even some of his friends get on drugs. One of his best friends got shot in the face because he thought he was going to buy some cocaine and whatever. I guess he owed the guy some money or something, and whatever, one of them dealers shot him dead in the face because he didn't pay up. He still tried to get some cocaine from him. My dad told me about that. I said, damn, man. And the guy that got shot in his face, I won't reveal his name just for sensitive purposes, but he was a family man. He was making, like, back then he was making
Oh
35 G's a year,
man.
was actually in the 90s and
Mm-hmm.
late 80s, was good. And he spent it all on crack, left his family, and that the daughters didn't have a father after. It's very
Yeah.
sad, dog. So I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
I don't know. It's just
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
what the government
That's
trying to
one of
do,
those
man.
other crazy
Yep.
conspiracy theories that people.
And now how
But
everybody
yeah, you
talk
can
about,
look at pictures and
yeah.
tell that, man.
Go ahead.
Like how people dress, and then and
Yeah.
then that's another thing. What was it? Have you watched Watchmen yet? Okay,
I
so
started watching
did
some of Watchmen. I saw
yeah,
well,
well,
still my
that
bad. Only
whole
on the
where they
first
burnt
episode.
that shit down, that was Tulsa, Black Wall Street. There's another example. There's another example.
Ah, yes.
These
Yep.
people had,
Yep.
we had businesses and all that. They was established. And guess what?
Yep.
Whitey was like, oh, yeah, we can't be
Yep.
having niggas having their own shit. Burnt it
Yep.
all down.
Have you seen that movie? Suburbicon depicts. I forget where it was located, but kind of like it
Okay.
was in the 50s and 60s. The movie had that feel to it. This black these black people, these black neighbors, this black family, excuse me, moved into a house in a white, basically an all white neighborhood. No, it was all white, excuse me. And there was a bunch of media coverage for it, and all the people in that town hated the
Uh-uh.
idea. They were throwing trash and rocks at their house and damaging all their property. Guess what was going on right next door to them? A white family, the husband of this white family had set up some kind of deal with these guys to kill his wife, to off his wife, so he could be with his wife's sister. And it was a crazy ass movie, but it's really good. It's with Matt Damon's in it. It's really good. But guess what? The real crime was happening next door. And then the black family wasn't bothering anybody. They just wanted to live freely and go to work and be upstanding citizens. So another facade, another blanketed fucking, like,
the world's
everybody
coming
thinks that
to
it's,
an end in my
it's the black
neighborhood.
family's fault.
But that's wild. That's based on a true story.
Exactly. It's stupid. Now, I think that some of the events, they depicted it as true events, like,
yeah. So it's
generally,
just
because that's what would happen
based,
even back then.
Loosely based.
Yes, loosely based.
Everything is not cinematic and shit, so we gotta put some filler in there to make it interesting.
It's not. There's some true sense of reality to it, but usually some of the stories are made up just to give you some entertainment
Black
value.
Family moves into the neighborhood, yet they don't see this guy over here with the plot to murder his wife.
Yeah, ridiculous. And the whole time, the whole movie, guess what? This guy's trying to avoid, like, the guys that he hired to kill him because he didn't come up with the insurance money. So the whole time this crime is going on, they're shooting at each other, they're killing each other. No one's even noticing it, and it's happening right in front of people's faces for the most part. I mean, it's just so wild, man. I'm like, damn, y'all worried about that family, and Matt Damon is over here.
That's it. Well, that goes back into all these social experiments that get put on YouTube nowadays. You gotta.
It's true. It's very true.
Drawn, but then the white boy walks the street with an AR on his back, and he just gets. Guess we might need to wrap.
Hey, Tonio. Yeah, because it's starting to go. The signal's starting to go dead on me for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and wrap this back into random shit.
This is random shit.
These Copycat did great, and I'll put up all my stuff in the links to other podcasts if you care to.
Go ahead and go listen to him. He's got good commentary. I guarantee it. And this your boy Chub P. This your boy Chub P coming at you, man. I'm gonna upload. Okay. Hey, we'll end it. That's some bullshit. All right, y'all. Well, we got to get the hell on out of here. This is your boy Norris, aka Chub P. And just stay safe out there. Stay vigilant. Stay strong. Put love first. And everything's going to come together. We just got to stick together and weather this storm, this crappy weather that we got to get through, this crappy of a time we got to get through. All right. So just stay positive, man. And I will definitely see y'all soon. Going to be uploading these videos or these segments to YouTube. And on the next episode, I will have links and descriptions on how to get to it on YouTube. And, of course, it's going to be on Spotify, Anchor, and other platforms as well. So, just like I said, stay prayed up, and we'll see you soon, man.